You are not just insecure, you are obedient. Have you ever thought that your insecurities are not just coming from a place that is lack of confidence? They're also coming from a place that learning to be obedient and learning to be submissive in order for illusional false benefits. For the sake of non-authentic fake profit, you learn to stay quiet. You learned to shrink. You learned to laugh at jokes that are definitely not funny, and you learned to stay in places where you should definitely leave. You thought you were being rewarded for staying small. You lowered your voice, you lowered your gaze, all in the name of being nice. You willingly handed your confidence over, which is the only thing that is making you a threat for the social order. People calling you nice, people calling you humble are all the fake rewards you think you get from staying small. These are all fake rewards that you think you're getting from self-betraying yourself. And they love it. Because when you stop over-explaining yourself, when you stop people-pleasing, when you stop lowering your gaze, when you gain your confidence back that you willingly handed over, you are becoming a threat. You didn't handed your confidence over because you were insecure, not because you were not trusting yourself enough, because you were so caught up in this fake rewards of social norms that you think you get from staying small. No. You can continue to stay small for the sake of all of these false benefits. Just like rest of most of other people who basically spend all of their lives trying to audition for a role that they don't even want. They don't even like it. You can basically continue the same path and tell yourself that you just have insecurities and that's it. But at the back of your mind, you will always know that your insecurities are not just coming from a place of doubt. They are coming from a place of social submission because you learned to edit yourself. You learned to lower your gaze because you thought that looking down is just more safe. You can get all the fake love and fake respect for being simply small. Is this a reward that you think is just fine to waste your life over? But if you just stop and look around, if you just stop auditioning for this role and stop performing and look around, you can see that no one was applauding from the start. You were never even loved or respected for being small. It was just what you think it was. You are just making yourself digestible so it's easier for them to chew you up. You think people who lowered their voices and lowered their gaze was the noble ones? They just made you believe that. But it was never the truth. Once you realize that most of your insecurities are just learned social submission, and once you stopped doing that, you go back to the basics. I cannot begin to tell you how fun that is. And I know you stopped accepting things from people long time ago. So why are you still trying so hard to live up to their expectations? You will lose nothing, because you were not gaining anything from this role at all. Being small made you gain nothing, and you have to come face to face with the fact that no one applauded for you because you were not confident enough. No one thought you were humble. No one thought you were just this otherworldly creature that doesn't know what they got, and for somehow, some way, it's just unbelievably amazing. No, you're just part of a big crew who are just trying so hard to keep up this role of being accepted. And what you gain out of that is nothing. So once you stop self-betraying yourself, you will be amazed by all the things that you will gain from simply stop acting. Just stand still. Not lower your gaze. This is not the exception. This is opposite of insecurity is not arrogance. It is self-authority. It is walking into a room without questioning, do you have right to exist in that room? It is to be able to rule yourself. That's it. That's the opposite of insecurity. That's what I'm saying. That your insecurities are not coming from lack of confidence. Mostly not. They're coming from you learning to edit yourself, learning to be submissive to the norms of society for the sake of false benefit. You're gaining nothing out of this. Don't agree to be a pushover. I know you see through people. I know you do. I know you're aware of who is jealous of you. I know you're aware of who's your fake friend. I know you're aware of what relationship has to go by now. Next time you are eye to eye with that person who you know is no good and you are just letting it slide, do not let that slide next time, okay? I'm just gonna applaud to you for just holding on to that fake circle and fake rules of life. You're just gonna be self-betraying yourself for the rest of your life. Self-loyalty is the opposite of insecurity, and you already have it. Before you willingly lend it over to the norms of society, you already had it.